Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today we are going to be placing the corner garage in the city. Just ignore the fact that it's sitting on a bridge right now, but the corner garage is going to get added to the city. We recently picked this up from Facebook Marketplace, and I went ahead and I made a review and also a comparison to some of the other modular buildings. So if you haven't seen that yet, I highly recommend you check that out. I will put that in the top right for you. But for the purposes of this video, we are going to be finding a home for it in the Lego City today. Now, what you might notice is that I don't actually have that many spots for corners left. As you can see, I have the Sanctum Sanctorum in the back, the Brick Bank next to that, and then the Grand Emporium up at the front here, the Palace Cinema, the Tudor Corner, and then the Boutique Hotel over here. And so there's really only 3 spots left for corner builds, 2 of which are over here, which is where the Town Hall is currently at. And I do plan on expanding that out so it has wings on either side. And then this will essentially become a double corner. But shifting our attention over this way, you can see there is an open spot right across the street from the Sanctum Sanctorum. And I think we can try and place it there. And so just as a tentative test fit to see how this looks, I think this could work in terms of the orientation of it. I don't hate that. But what's kind of throwing me off a little bit as I come a little bit closer here is what you can see once we actually get all the way over here, which is the placement of how it is next to the road. And so there is a street here and also a street here, which is good. However, the garage is right next to the train crossing. So I'm not a big fan of that. I think we can do a little bit better than that, but I don't know how in-depth I want to be with changing the entire city in today's video. So I think we're going to place it here for the time being, kind of integrate it in properly, and then we can go ahead in a future video and then go ahead and dedicate the entire city layout changes. And so with that spot in mind, we can start to make a couple modifications to the base plate here. And so before we add it to the city, there are a couple of things that I want to do. Namely, I want to change the sidewalks. I don't have these 1x2 tiles on the edge of the base plate here, and so pretty much I start the 2x2s where the 1x2s are. So it's going to be the light gray tile and then a row of 2x2s and then another row of 2x2s, and it kind of just goes from there. And then I use the 2x2 corner tiles to make a little pattern up at the front here so everything is symmetrical. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to get to work on that. There's not actually that many tiles to do. It's just this little section here, this section here, and then like the 1x2s on the ends there. So that's going to be pretty quick, and then hopefully that'll be pretty easy. I don't think I'm going to change this just because it doesn't really need to be changed, but I do need to go in and grab some curved slopes, which I don't know if I have in light gray. So that is going to be pretty interesting to see. But we can always order them on Bricklink later down the line once I get this in the city and I know exactly how many I'm going to need. All right, so that was a pretty easy fix, and there wasn't really that much to do, like I said. The only thing that I really changed was I added a stud in here, so then now I can put a figure here, and maybe they're using the gas pump or something, or just walking by. So that works for me. I think that looks pretty good. And I also extended this stuff out, so you can see it's kind of hanging over a little bit. That's because I have a 2-stud sidewalk extension on my roads, so then this will overlap with that, and then it'll be all good to go. And then I did remove the tree that was on the left here. I wasn't a big fan of it, to be honest with you. I like the side profile of it, but I don't like it how it looks from the top. So not a whole lot I can do about that, unfortunately. I'd have to figure out a way to rebuild this and get a cone in there maybe or something like that. But even then, it's in bright green, and I don't have any bright green cones. I only have regular green and dark green. So I don't think that would work for me. So I would rather just not have this, and then maybe I can just throw this on the back of the model for the time being, and then we can kind of take it from there. So I'm going to probably just leave it like that. And then once we figure out where exactly this is going to go in the city, then we can kind of take it from there, and maybe we can add some foliage or like flower beds or things like that on the sidewalk. But as of right now, I think I'm just going to leave it out for the time being just because the sidewalk was so narrowed to begin with. So I think that makes a little bit more sense. All right, so the corner garage is now in, and I do still need to fix up some of the details here, like removing the sidewalk and putting ramps here. So then cars can actually get into the garage here. So I think this is actually growing on me a little bit. I think this spot works. So I think I'm going to leave it here, at least for this video. And then if I sleep on it and I decide that I no longer want it to be here, then we can go ahead and we can change it out. But for the time being, I think it's going to stay here. And so with that, like I said, I'm just going to go in and fix up the driveway here, I guess if you want to call it that, so then cars can get on it. So that works for me. I think this is going to work out pretty good. So let me get to work on that, and I'll show you guys how that looks once it's done. All right, so I've gone ahead and I have fixed up the sidewalks here, and I added all of the other tiles in and things like that. And so everything is pretty much good to go. I just need to get those curved slopes in light gray, and unfortunately I don't have any. So that is pretty much that. I have a couple 1x2 slopes in white, but unfortunately I don't have even enough. Even if I wanted to do this in white, I don't have enough to do that. So I don't even think I could finish one of these openings. So that's unfortunate, but overall I do think that this looks pretty good here. And so with that, there's not much else to talk about. I'm going to sleep on this. I'm going to see if I like this position for the corner garage in the next couple of days. And if I decide that I want to end up changing it, then we can go ahead and we can rearrange some of the buildings in the city. But with that, that is going to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what we did, make sure to like the video and subscribe, as well as click the bell notifications so you don't miss any future uploads, like potentially rearranging a bunch of the buildings. If you guys have any feedback for me on the placement of the corner garage, or if there's any other spot that you think that would be better for it, make sure to drop your comments down below to let me know what you think. But once again, seriously, thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye for now.